So back then, like when we had the band and all the punk rock stuff, a lot of people used to do fanzines in Oxnard. They had 60 Miles North. I have a bunch of those somewhere. I got to dig them back up. And then my brother and Caesar and Juan, they did this one, Public Enemy #1, little fanzine. I think I have another one somewhere. This was #2. I know I have #1 somewhere. But this has got let's see, I think it was this an interview with Justice League, letters from people, Political Asylum, interview with Political Asylum. Then people would send in for gig reviews live, and then interview with Habeas Corpus, Nardcore Band, Death Sentence. We saw Death Sentence at La Casa de la Raza, and they were able to get an interview with Death Sentence from Canada. Then they had the scene reports, different scenes from different states. Jerkin Gherkins. Yep, they were a band, Carpinteria. My brother interviewed them years ago. Record reviews. What is this? Maximum Rock and Roll, MDC, Chicken Squawk, Battalion of Saints, Second Coming, Subterfuge, Who's the Fool, Decry Falling. Decry was a good band. I liked Decry back then. Same with JFA. They were one of my favorites. All the skate punk stuff. Flip Side albums. Came from Slimy Valley. That was a good one. Mau Mau's. I didn't care for the Mau Mau's. Yeah, they did the interview with Decry. Saw those guys like 1984 or 5. I don't know. Years ago. They were a good band live. But yeah, there used to be a lot of these things that used to go around back in the old days, the little fanzines, like people from different areas would put together and trade and stuff. That was kind of neat. I don't know if kids do that kind of stuff anymore. And then we trade cassette tapes from different, regions of the country, like underground bands that normally you would never get to hear. Now, with the internet and everything, it's so much easier to hear stuff. And then, but back in the old days, like even us, I'll have to do so. We have our ghetto blaster, and because I had this thing, and you couldn't hear it when the drums are playing, we'd have to strategically place the thing, and then record, play, and go, okay, it's got to be a little closer to this, and record it where we got sort of a good mix, and then, all the, different bands around the country, we trade cassette tapes with, bands or music and stuff like that. So it was kind of cool back then, where you got to hear a lot of new music that way by making friends and pen pals and writing and album trading, cassette trading, and different stuff. You guys better not fight. So that was kind of fun growing up too. Now everything's digital. It's kind of nice to see records come back, even though they're super expensive. I still have a lot of my old punk rock albums from back in the day, all the original ones. The first 2 albums I bought with my own money was Fear the Record and Bad Religion, How Could Hell Be Any Worse. Those were the first 2 albums. And on State Street, when Piccadilly Square used to be there, the record store there, I bought those. No, I don't remember what year it was. 83 maybe, a long time ago. And then Rock Pile Records out in Goleta, we used to take the bus out there and save our pesos, and whenever new stuff came out or just anything, we'd go hunting down records, and we'd go out to Rock Pile Records and buy different things. I'm not too familiar with the way the kids do things nowadays as far as trading music and stuff like that. I know there's kind of been a big research that word, punk bands coming back. A lot of the old bands are back playing again, which is pretty awesome stuff that I saw when I was a kid. And so it's kind of cool to see that, these old farts like me are out there still doing it to it. Another one of my favorite bands was Poison Idea, and I got to see those guys live, years ago, and then a couple years back they played at a local place where I'm at now, so it's kind of cool to see those guys live again after so many years. And then Subhumans, got to see them, here, so it's kind of neat. And DRI played in a little bar here in my town, which kind of reminded me of the old days. And, when everyone's just jam packed, it's hot and sweaty, and just just mayhem. That was fun to see DRI play in a little place like that. But yeah, it's fun. So I guess it's kind of good for the kids nowadays, get to see some of the old bands from back when I was a kid still playing. I mean, there's a lot of them that aren't around anymore because a lot of people passed away. But it's kind of neat. Like I said, I'd like to try and do some live things and talk to other people like that were in the scene back in the 80s about punk rock, because I think a lot of people would be interested in hearing the stories from different areas of how punk rock was back then.